on group to group. That's what the canal looked like back then in 1800s. So on this map, I just wanted to show you guys where the canal actually took and the whole point of it, which was actually pretty brilliant for back then. It started in Portsmouth on the Ohio River, and it went all the way up to Lake Erie in Cleveland through the valley. Now the great thing about it is that through Lake Erie, it could get over to the Erie Canal, which means it could get to the East Coast, and through the Ohio River, it could get all the way down to New Orleans, out the Gulf Coast. So that was, I mean, that's pretty amazing that they figured out how, just through our state, to transport these goods throughout the nation and throughout the world. I think that's pretty incredible. It made Ohio go from bankruptcy to the third richest state in the nation. It boomed this place. It really made it a thriving place to farm, to live, to raise your children, everything. So now we're going to learn a little bit about what it was like to live on a canal boat, because it wasn't always the perfect picture.
Okay, children, quiet down now. We are coming up on the lock. Oh, this is good. I can see that it's Akron ready. So all that your father's going to have to do is just hike the boat through. But we need to prepare ourselves to get off so that the mules can take a rest and he will be able to get supplies, your father will, for the rest of our journey.
Okay, honey, I'm go ahead and unlatch the mules over here. I'll be ready to pike her on in the canal or into the lock in just a minute here.
Okay, we're gonna get off, hon.
Okie doke. Okay, honey?
Yes.
Go ahead and close up those whaler gates,
Okay,
okay?
kids, come over and help me. We got to pull these big whaler gates to close them up. Let's go over here, over the little bridge. Close it up. So the boat is now ready for the butterfly windows to soon be open to lower the boat.
Okay, honey, you got those whaler gates closed?
I do.
Okay, go on down there. Use a wrench.
Okay.
Open up the wickets so we can lower the boat on down.
Yes, hon.
That's my wife. She's a strong woman, let me tell you.
All right, kids, come on over here and help me with this one. Cross the bridge. Here we go. We're good. You hear that water flowing?
I do, honey. Good job.
All right. Well, I'm going to talk to these people while you go get supplies. Isn't Peninsula great? Never in my lifetime did I think that this canal would be dug and I would get to ride on it. It's fabulous. We've ridden all the way from southern Ohio near the Ohio River, and Peninsula is this booming canal town where people are exchanging goods. There's places to stop and eat, to go shopping. It's a dream. It's a magnificent canal. It was hard work, but it's flourishing. And my little Samuel is learning how to take care of a canal boat like his father. And my little Abigail will learn one day how to be a home, take care of the home on the canal boat, and to raise children of her own. I see bright futures for my children, the hard workers they are. It is so exciting. Jennifer? Well, is that you? Lucy! Oh, haven't forever on this canal. How have you been? Where are your beautiful children? Well, someday I hope to have 6 children just like you.
You're waiting for me down at the boat. We're on our way to the Ohio River. We're going to take some goods to New Orleans.
Where we just came from. That's wonderful.
Well, you know how hard it is with the kids when they're this age, and they're not young. They're not old enough to help my husband.
Yes.
So we had to hire a crew this year to help my husband with the boat. I'm so busy taking care of the little ones.
Extra money you had to.
But you know, well, our oldest twin boys are 7 this year.
Oh, this is
So I think this time next year they'll be ready to help them. That's great.
That is good.
But you haven't seen us for so long because we spent the winter in Portsmouth. We got frozen in down there. It was wonderful.
Did you ice skate on the canal?
Well, my children did. I tried. I'm not very good at it. But they did get to go to school, and they did get to play with other children.
Wonderful.
But they get so restless And I try so hard to keep them occupied. You know, we're trying to teach them about the boat and how to raise a family on the boat. But I'm always so worried about their safety. I tie the little ones up on the side of the boat when we're going through the lock. If one of those children were to get stuck between the lock and the boat, oh, I can't imagine.
No, I don't want to
We don't see a doctor for days. Oh, but you know what? They're expecting me back with my supplies, so I really need to get
safe
going.
travels.
Oh, please
So
tell
good
your
to
little
see
ones I
you.
said hello.
I will.
Maybe I'll see you down south this
Yes.
Bye.
Safe travels, Lucy. And we must be on our way shortly, but I can't wait to show you my home. Would you like to hear about the canal boat and how it becomes our home?
Oh, yes.
Yes, I can't wait to show you. So, the front of the boat has a cabin, which is actually where we carry the extra cargo and where our children do their homework. You never get away from the homework, even when you're on a boat. The middle of the canal boat is where the mules sleep. And the back end of the canal boat is where our family quarters are. And we carry the cargo back and forth throughout the boat, from the southern part of the state, all the way to Cleveland, which is where we're going to be going soon. But speaking of mules, they are the cutest things. I do get attached to them. And they are very smart. Unlike horses that will just work themselves to death, a mule knows when to stop. Sounds like a mom. And they also know when they're hungry. They just tell us, you know. How do you think they tell us? Do they think a hee-haw or something? Yes, they do. They let us know and stomp their feet. We're hungry. Where's the food, Mom? Even the mules carry on like the kids. So they let us know when they're hungry. And our kids, you know, when we get to walk through, oh, but I forgot an important part. Very important part. One other important thing that they do is they do not break the speed limit of 4 miles an hour. Who would want to use your hard-earned money to pay a fine if we went over that? It would not be smart, and my husband would have a word with me. So the mules keep us at 4 miles an hour and do not break the speed limit. Now, the kids, when we get to walk through, have such a blast. We play games. They also have to work, but we do play when we walk through. And I have a couple of kids. They're going to show us how to play graces. Come on over here, kids. And you can do it over here in this area. My kids love this game. We love for our daughter to play it, especially so that it will teach her gracefulness as she gets older as a young lady. Oh, thank you so much. So show everyone how graces are played. He embarrasses me. It's getting warm out here. So graces teach you how to be graceful, which I think all of us could learn. Even my little boy Samuel likes to play. Oh, good job, kids. Good job. Woo. Okay, that was perfect. Thank you. You know, and I really do need to be picking up and gathering up my kids wherever they are, because we need to hit Cleveland before sundown. Now, Cleveland is just a mere 20 hours from Akron, and it hasn't been long since we've passed Akron, so we really need to get on our way there. But would you like for my husband to show you how he locks through? Now, you know there are some 44 locks between Akron and Cleveland, and we've already done a few. That makes me think of the math, how many we've done. I'll have to have the kids figure out how many more we have to go from Peninsula to Cleveland. Good math project. But we have several to go before sundown tomorrow. But would you like my husband to show you how he locks through? Yeah. I want you to show him how you lock through. Come on over. It's so exciting. There's never a dull moment at locks. Somebody always gets wet.
Okay, come on over, everybody. Come on over. Come on over. Let me show you the lock. Come on, come on. Come on. Get off your keisters over there. Don't get too close, though. We don't want anyone falling in. See how big my canal boat is? It's bigger than you thought, isn't it?
You know, and I forgot to tell them how big it was. 80 feet long and 14 feet shy of being wide. You would think it wasn't big enough for 4, but it's plenty big enough for 4 of us.
It is, honey.
Well, my friend Lucy, there's 6 of their kids, and they do fine.
Now come on down here, come on down here. Let me show you this part. Be careful, don't fall in the lock. Careful, don't get too close. Okay, you gotta come all the way down, come all the way down. See here, these big, huge wooden doors? They keep the water in the lock. They open and they close, and they got big, huge handles on them. See the handle? That's so you can handle that big, huge wooden door all by yourself. Believe it? Yes, ma'am. So when we're going up to Cleveland, those doors might already be open, and the water level's on up high. So where's my pike pole, honey? There it is.
Because why would it be, if it's going to Cleveland, do you all know that Cleveland is lower than Akron? Akron is 395 feet higher than Cleveland. So if we come up and it's already Akron ready, that means we have to lower the boat to go down so we can head on down to Cleveland.
So we call those big, huge doors what?
Whaler Gate.
Whaler Gates, that's right. You heard me say that before, right? Whaler Gates? What's this here pole called? No!
Good guess.
I told you before what it was called when we piked on in.
Pike pole.
Pike pole! Good job. How'd she know that?
You're a good teacher.
So, doors are open. Gonna pull her right in there. Push her in. Just push that canal boat right into the lock. Then I'm gonna use this here pike pole. Make sure my boat's not banging up against that stone lock. I don't want to damage my boat now, do I, honey?
No, and we don't like the way it feels when we go bumping and rapping against the lock either.
So we're gonna get this boat on in this lock, and now what do we gotta do next?
Open the other doors.
No, not yet. Before that even.
Get off the boat.
We gotta close that door. Right?
Yeah, anything to drink.
So honey,
Cut off.
honey, grab the lever and close that door, would you, honey? Thank you. Good
There
job.
you go. I'm the lever. Why don't you close me? There we go. I'm
Good
closed.
job. Now, how are we gonna get the water out of this lock
To lower it.
so it goes down low to the level at the other end of the lock? Go on down there,
All
honey.
right.
Okay, let's move on down. Don't get in the water. Be careful. This one, move on down the other end of the lock here.
I have a question.
Yes, ma'am.
How many feet drop between Lock A and Lock B?
That's a good question.
I mean, 365 feet's a lot of drop between two places.
Well, right out the peninsula is what's called deep lock. It's about a 17-foot drop, but other ones maybe 7, 8, around that. Not all of them were as deep, depending on the level that dropped, but that is a very good question. Very observant young lady.
It was a good question.
Good job. You got your wrench, honey?
Actually, we have some crew that's over here to help.
Oh, good. Usually we have crew that we hired on the canal boat, so I don't always make my wife do all the work.
So you want to open up the
So,
butterfly?
wait.
Oh, I'm getting ahead. I'm sorry.
Come on down here at the end of the lock, all the way down there, because I got to show you this. So you see these big, huge wooden doors, they're closed, right? So, and the water's up this high, right? And we wanted to get down this low, right?
So we're
we can
level with the
go on out there.
sidewalk and the land. We're
So
level.
how do we do that? Well, these doors, down on the bottom of them, they have a little
Little
a
window.
little,
A little butterfly
did you
window.
call it a butterfly?
I did.
I called it a wicket.
Yep. It can go either way.
It's a little door down there on the bottom of the big doors. And it has a pole attached to it, comes up all the way up to the lock. And it's squared at the top. So you put the wrench over that pole, and then you turn it. You only got to turn it 9